Here's a question I want you to sit with for a moment. You stay reasonably active. Maybe you walk regularly. Maybe you do some exercise here and there. And yet, your backside keeps flattening. The sides are losing their shape. Clothes fit differently than they used to. And no matter what you try, nothing seems to bring that fullness back. If that sounds familiar, I want to tell you something important today, because the reason this keeps happening has almost nothing to do with how much you exercise, and everything to do with something nobody talks about. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why your glutes have been resistant to change, and you're going to have two specific movements that address the real problem directly, not the symptom, the cause. Let's start with the truth that most fitness content completely glosses over. When people notice their glutes flattening after 50, the instinct is to do more squats, more bridges, more lunges. And when that doesn't work, the conclusion is usually that age is just winning, that this is simply what happens and there's nothing to be done about it. But here's what's actually going on. Your pelvis is the structural foundation of your entire lower body. Think of it less like a bone and more like a control panel, one that governs how your hips move, how your spine loads, and critically, how well your glute muscles can actually activate. When your pelvis is sitting in a neutral, well-aligned position, your glutes can fire properly. They can contract fully. They can be trained and developed. But when your pelvis is tilted, tipped too far forward, shifted to one side, or subtly rotated, something significant happens. The neuromuscular connection between your brain and your glutes gets disrupted. Your nervous system can't send clean activation signals to the muscles. So instead of your glutes doing the work, other muscles step in. Your lower back, your hip flexors, your quads. They compensate. They take the load. And your glutes, the muscles you're trying to rebuild, stay quiet. This is why you can do bridges every single morning and still see no change in shape. The exercise isn't the problem. The position your pelvis is sitting in when you do that exercise is. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy confirmed exactly this, that pelvic alignment directly affects gluteal recruitment patterns. In adults with anterior pelvic tilt or lateral asymmetry, both extremely common after 50, glute activation was measurably reduced, even during exercises specifically designed to target the glutes. And here's why this gets worse with age. We sit more. We move less. Hormonal changes after menopause in women and declining testosterone in men both reduce the baseline muscle tone that helps maintain pelvic position. The result is a pelvis that gradually drifts out of alignment, quietly, without pain, without any obvious warning sign, while the glutes connected to it slowly switch off. The fix isn't more reps. The fix is restoring the foundation first, and then building on it. That's exactly what these two movements do. Before we get into them, if you're watching this and you're over 50, drop a comment below with your name, your age, and where you're watching from. This channel is building a community of people who are choosing to move better and feel stronger at every age. I genuinely love to know you're here. Movement 1. The wall hinge with lateral shift. Reset your foundation before you build on it. I want to be upfront about what this movement is and what it isn't. It isn't a strength exercise. It won't make you sore. It won't feel like much is happening while you do it, and that's actually the point. This is a retraining drill. Its job is to guide your pelvis back into a neutral, centered position, and to restore the neural signaling pathway between your brain and your glutes, particularly the gluteus medius, the muscle that sits on the outer side of your hip and is responsible for the fullness and roundness that people lose first after 50. When you shift your hips from side to side in a controlled, hinged position, several things happen simultaneously. Your pelvis recenters over your base of support. Your core and glutes begin to co-contract, working together the way they were designed to. And the stabilizing muscles that have been dormant, the gluteus medius, the deep rotators, the lateral core, start to wake up. A 2021 study in Physical Therapy in Sport found that low-load pelvic repositioning drills improved gluteal symmetry and muscle recruitment in older adults in as little as 2 weeks of consistent practice. 2 weeks. Not months, weeks. That's how responsive the nervous system is when you give it the right input. Here's how to do this correctly. Stand approximately 6 to 8 inches in front of a wall, with your back facing it, feet roughly shoulder-width apart. Turn your toes very slightly inward, just a few degrees. This subtle inward rotation opens the back of the hip and makes it easier for the posterior glute muscles to engage. Knees soft, a gentle bend, never locked. Arms relaxed at your sides or hands resting lightly on your hips. Now perform a hip hinge. Push your hips backward until your backside makes gentle contact with the wall behind you. Your torso will lean slightly forward as you do this. That's correct. What matters is that your spine stays long and straight. You are not rounding your lower back. Think of your back as a flat table. Maintain that flatness as you hinge. Once your hips are touching the wall, this is where the movement begins. Shift your hips slowly to the left. Not your shoulders, not your torso, your hips. As you do, you should feel the right glute begin to engage, a gentle activation on the opposite side from where you're shifting. Hold that shifted position for one full breath. Shift back to center. Pause. Now shift slowly to the right. Feel the left glute engage this time. Hold for one breath. Return to center. From there, drive through your feet and stand back up to the starting position. That is one complete repetition. Aim for 8 to 10 repetitions per set, 2 sets total. Rest comfortably between sets. There's no need to rush. Let me give you the coaching details that make the difference between this working and not working. The shift is a hip movement, not a torso sway. If your upper body is leaning side to side, you've lost it. Keep your shoulders level throughout. The movement happens from the hip joints only. Keep your weight evenly distributed through both feet the entire time. The tendency is to unconsciously shift your weight onto one foot as you move your hips. Resist that. Both feet stay equally loaded. Move slowly, deliberately. This is precision work, not cardio. The slower you move, the more accurately your nervous system can process the feedback and begin re-establishing the neural pathways you're trying to rebuild. If balance is a challenge, and for many people it will be initially, place your fingertips lightly on a counter or the back of a sturdy chair in front of you. That light contact gives your nervous system enough grounding information to let you focus on the hip movement without fighting for balance. Here's the deeper reason this matters so much after 50. As we age and spend increasing amounts of time seated, the hip flexors shorten and tighten. A shortened hip flexor creates an anterior pelvic tilt. The front of the pelvis tips downward, the back tips upward, and that tilt mechanically inhibits the gluteus maximus from contracting fully. Simultaneously, asymmetrical sitting habits and uneven weight-bearing patterns cause the pelvis to shift or rotate laterally. And a rotated pelvis shuts off the gluteus medius on the higher side almost completely. The result? You're walking around, exercising, living your life, and your glutes are largely switched off the entire time. Not because they're gone, because they've been neurologically disconnected by the position your pelvis is stuck in. This drill directly undoes that. It's the most important thing you can do before any other glute exercise, and most people have never been shown it. Do this movement consistently before everything else in your routine, and within 2 weeks, you will feel exercises working muscles you haven't felt in years. Quick pause here, because if this is resonating with you and you want a complete, structured program that builds on exactly what we're covering today, we put together an in-depth guide specifically for this. It's called Top 12 Exercises to Fix Flat Glutes for People Over 50. It goes well beyond 2 movements. It gives you the full progression, week-by-week structure, and the specific sequencing that gets results for bodies over 50. Check the link in the description to get the ebook. Now, let's get into the second movement. Movement 2. The wall-facing squat with calf raise. Now build the strength and shape. Your pelvis is aligned. Your glutes are firing. Now we give them something real to do. This second movement is designed to build genuine strength and fullness in the gluteus medius, the side glute muscle that is most responsible for the rounded, lifted shape people lose first after 50. Most conventional squat variations underload this muscle. This one specifically targets it, and it does so while simultaneously training balance, upright posture, and the calf strength that supports everything you do on your feet. The wall-facing position is what makes this different from a regular squat. When you face a wall while squatting, you are forced to maintain a perfectly upright torso. You cannot tip forward to compensate. You cannot shift your weight unevenly without immediately feeling it. The wall acts as honest, immediate feedback, and that feedback forces your glutes, not your lower back or your knees, to do the primary work. Adding the calf raise at the bottom of the movement introduces a balance challenge that recruits your stabilizing muscles, including the deep glute rotators that most exercises never reach. A 2022 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that integrated lower body movements with a balance component improved both muscle tone and fall resilience in adults over 60, even without external weights. This movement is exactly that kind of integrated training. Here's how to perform it correctly. Stand facing a wall, approximately 6 to 8 inches away from it. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Toes angled outward roughly 10 to 15 degrees. Place both hands on the wall at shoulder height. Lightly. The wall is there for reference and light support, not to lean into. Your weight stays in your feet throughout. From this position, begin lowering yourself into a squat. Keep your chest up and your spine tall. Your knees track in the direction your toes are pointing, not caving inward. Lower until your thighs reach approximately a 45 to 60 degree angle. You do not need to go to parallel. Work within the range that allows you to maintain a completely upright spine and proper knee alignment. At the bottom of the squat, this is where the second part of the movement happens. Rise onto your toes. Lift both heels off the floor, engaging your calves fully. At the peak of that heel raise, hold for 1 to 2 seconds. You should feel your calves contract, your balance challenge increase, and, if your pelvis is properly aligned from the first exercise, your glutes working to stabilize the entire position. Lower your heels slowly back to the floor. Then press through your entire foot to return to standing. That is 1 repetition. 10 to 12 repetitions per set. 2 to 3 sets. Rest between sets as needed. There is no benefit to rushing. Let me walk you through the coaching points that separate this movement done well from this movement done poorly. Do not let your face or your knees touch the wall. If either makes contact, you're too close. Step back slightly and reset. The wall is a guide, not a support structure. Actively push your knees outward throughout the entire movement. Not dramatically, just a gentle, consistent outward pressure. This external rotation cue is what specifically loads the gluteus medius. Without it, the squat becomes primarily a quad exercise, and the side glute stays largely uninvolved. This cue is the difference between a regular squat and a glute-shaping squat. Control the pace. Lower slowly. Count 3 seconds on the way down. Pause at the bottom. Rise onto your toes deliberately. Lower your heels deliberately. Press up with intention. Every phase of this movement has value. Don't rush through any of it. If the depth feels uncomfortable in your knees, reduce it immediately. A shallower range performed with perfect alignment does far more for your glutes than a deeper range with your knees caving and your back rounding. Depth is earned gradually over weeks of consistent practice, never forced. Here's what this movement addresses specifically for the shape concern that brings most people to this video. The flattening and hollowing that happens on the outer sides of the glutes, what people often call hip dips, is primarily a gluteus medius problem. The gluteus medius sits on the upper outer portion of the hip, and when it is undertrained and underactivated, that area loses its fullness and the characteristic indentation appears. Conventional squats, done with feet parallel and a standard stance, do not adequately load the gluteus medius. This wall-facing variation with the outward knee push and the calf raise specifically targets it, which is why this movement produces visible changes in shape over time, in a way that standard squats often don't. For people over 50, this movement also addresses something equally important to aesthetics: functional lower body strength. The ability to lower yourself into and rise from a low position with control. The ability to balance on your toes without grabbing for something. The ability to trust your legs on uneven ground. These are not small things. These are the physical capacities that determine how independently and confidently you move through daily life for the next decade and beyond. These two movements work as a system, and the sequence matters. Always do the wall hinge with lateral shift first. This is non-negotiable. The first movement restores pelvic alignment and reestablishes the neural connection to your glutes. The second movement then loads those properly aligned, properly activated glutes through a strength-building range of motion. Reversing the order, or skipping the first movement and going straight to the squat, means you're loading a pelvis that's still out of position. You'll feel the movement in your quads and lower back instead of your glutes. The sequencing is the mechanism. Do this sequence 3 to 4 times per week. Non-consecutive days are ideal, so your muscles and nervous system have recovery time between sessions. In the first 1 to 2 weeks, focus entirely on the quality of the movement, particularly the hip shift in exercise 1 and the outward knee push in exercise 2. Don't count reps obsessively. Don't push past the range where your form holds. The goal in the early weeks is reconnection, not exhaustion. By week 3 and 4, you will begin to feel a genuine difference, not just in exercises, but in how you move through your day. Standing up from a chair will feel more powerful, walking will feel more stable, and the outer sides of your hips will begin to feel more engaged, more active, more present. Here is the truth that I want to leave you with. You didn't lose your glutes because you got older. You lost them because your body adapted, quietly and gradually, to the positions it spent the most time in and the movement patterns it was most often asked to repeat. That process is slow, it's subtle, and it's entirely reversible. What you've learned today is that the starting point isn't more exercise. It's restoring the foundation, your pelvic alignment, your neuromuscular connection, your posture, so that the exercise you do actually reaches the muscles you're trying to rebuild. 2 movements, done consistently, in the right order. That's where the change begins. And if you want the complete picture, all 12 exercises that build on exactly what we covered today, laid out in a progressive weekly program designed specifically for how bodies over 50 respond to training. Check the link in the description to get the ebook. It's called Top 12 Exercises to Fix Flat Glutes for People Over 50. Everything is in there. The progressions, the schedule, the modifications. It's the full roadmap from where you are now to genuinely strong. If this video gave you something valuable today, hit the like button and share it with someone over 50 who's been frustrated with the same thing. Subscribe if you haven't already. We post every week, and everything we put out is built specifically for staying strong, mobile, and confident past 50. Drop a comment below with your name, your age, and where you're watching from. Tell me which of these 2 movements you're going to start with. I read every single comment, and this community is the best part of doing this. It is not too late. Your glutes are not gone. They're just waiting for the right signal. Now go give it to them.